You caught a tap girl? Who's a tap girl? I guess I need to update that, huh? That is, I did not even think about that. That did not even occur to me that that would be a place I would need to change. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is why I delayed it for so long, that I didn't want to do all the changes and stuff. It's fine. Okay, body, please breathe, do the things. Bo, you smell. Congrats on being versed. Hello. Hi. Hi, Looney. Hi, Lonely. Hello, Goldie. Maybe. I guess we could could both be in there. It could both be in there. I guess that's fair. So, y'all, look. I don't have the little wings sticking out of the back of my head anymore. Rich! Welcome back for a 30th month with the Penguin Colony. That's a ridiculous amount of months. Welcome back for another month. Enjoy your sub badge and your emotes. So you went boo. 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 Need a haircut soon to clean it up. Yeah, it was like, I'm trying to be better. I also, just the... My hairdresser knows me well now of things of, we make sure to schedule the next appointment before I leave. Because I'm so bad at remembering to make them. So I made this one be slightly sooner than I had been doing before. Because I hadn't really been, I haven't really been getting them that frequently. So, but I got to the point of like, I don't want to get to the point again of like, I was having these, you all saw me have like the wig things. I'm like, okay, I like having it a bit shorter. I essentially did the same thing. I literally brought a picture of my Disney Dreamlight Valley character. It's like, we're keeping the same vibe. I do like the vibe of this. It's not quite as short as it was when I got it cut in the summer. But we left a little bit of length, so there's at least something on my neck, so it's not completely freezing. I guess. But my next one is in March. Because I decided I probably want one right before my birthday. Wanted to watch it too many times. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, realistically, I could. Because the showing tomorrow is at like 3:45 or something like that, I think. I could, in theory, go watch it in theaters. And then come home and push play again and then still be on bed in time. I think that I'm just gonna watch it here, though. Because, like, realistically, the plan was that I was gonna paint my nails pink and green while I was watching it. And I can't do that in the movie theater. I was also, gonna do dailies and whatever, because I've only watched it 33 times. That, like, I would be opposed to going and seeing it in theaters again. But also, I have other stuff I want to do. And stuff. I need a haircut like 5 months ago. Probably get one in the next week or so. Yeah. I found, like, with this, of having this short and having it grow out, I was more aware of it with having it be shorter of the rate of growth of my hair. Because it surprised me, like, obviously I don't think it grew any faster than it usually did, but I was more aware of how much length was added onto my hair that quickly. Because it was going from short to long versus it going from long to longer. Like, I didn't think about that when I scheduled this one so far out from, because my last one, like, I got it cut at, like, June or something like that. Yes, Brando, you're totally so new here. Okay, I will grab your Mad Lib, but before I do that, I want to mention, I remembered to bring it over here today. So next time we start a new Mad Lib, you all get another choice. We now have a Pokemon Mad Lib book. So when we start a new Mad Lib, you all now have 3 options for Mad Lib books, because why not? I decided it'd be fun to get another one. So sure, why not? I've not looked at any of them in there, so we'll see if they turn into monstrosities or not. Which, speaking of Pokemon, there's a Pokemon in the chat, which means I'm also going to push my fish button and my roll button. A 9. Bot, please. At least give me double digits. Please give me double digits. Please, bot. Okay, let me grab... Oh, I got Jeremy. Okay. Oh, right. The next 4 are adjectives. Forgot about that. So, yes, so Looney, you are the first of the adjectives. There are 3 more adjectives after that. A 4 and a 6. Bot, are you okay? But are you okay? M upset? Are you okay, Brando? Yes, so we have 4 adjectives in a row, which I don't feel like we've ever had before. I think we've had, like, multiple nouns in a row, but I don't think we've had this many adjectives in a row before. Okay. It's game related. Did you die in Battlefield, Brando? Okay. Looney Redeem, tell me a joke. Okay, sorry, I half read the thing because I was trying to figure out which one we were on. Okay. Sorry, this kid's name is like, it looks like Elijah, but it's like an A. I don't know. Elijah, I'm very quick at math. Valerie, oh yeah? How much is 25 times 28? Elijah, 19. Valerie, that's not even close to correct. Elijah, I didn't say I was correct. I said I was quick. Technicalities. Technicalities. Didn't see that it used generative AI before getting it. I've played too much to refund it. Oh, boo. Really? I haven't seen much of that one besides, like, what I've seen on people's streams of stuff. I haven't paid attention closely to it. To, like, does it say what they used to make with what they made with it, or... That's annoying. Today's news, I set up a Fiverr account and I found an online course that was on my state's website that I can learn graphic design for free and my projects will be graded. Nice. Looks really, yeah, like it looks really cool. I would like a refund of your joke. Sorry, no refunds. No joke refunds. None whatsoever. Spider, it's an adjective. Also, Looney, did you give me an adjective? And I lost it. There's 4 adjectives in a row. I'm going to try to keep track of them. Sexy. Okay. The developers describe... Okay. AI tools were used to help create some of the in-game assets. In all such cases, the final product reflects our team's craft and creative vision. Yeah, that's annoying. Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. It says the final product. So I guess what that probably means is that they AI generated stuff and then they edited it to be what they specifically wanted it to be. You know, made it have the correct number of fingers and such. That sucks. Oh, yeah, it does. Thank you for remembering, Ranch. I keep forgetting. Ranch, you get to pick out an ornament. I'm a goober and I still haven't taken pictures of these. So, I moved them. They're slightly out of range. Ooh, that didn't work. The squish is on top of the headphone cord. There we go. You're slightly out of range. Still use AI, so still sticky. Yeah. Okay, alluring. I will write that down momentarily. Ranch. Here is container number 1 for your selection. Here is container number 2 for your selection. And finally, here is container number 3 for your selection. I'm realizing I think all the ones we've put on so far has come from this container. Alright. That one didn't get properly closed either. Fox in container number 3? Yeah, there's a fox. I believe this is... Ooh, that opened up a lot further than I expected it to. I was going to be able to still hold on to it that way. That did not work. I thought it would. But I managed to not drop any of things. Come on. There it goes. There it goes. Okay. So not working. Okay. I'm trying to move farther than the headphone cord was letting me. It was underneath the first box. Okay. Box. And it has a little scarf that has a little gingerbread on it. I think they're cute. Ow. I have this... Call it the clicky muscle. The whatever in my back that you're used to do the... It keeps getting angry. Which I know means I need to stop clicking, but I'm not going to. It's fine. 10 out of 10 would pet. Yes. Okay, let me write down the Mad Lib before I forget. Thank you, Ranch. This is my quote year-round sweater that I just have for when I'm really cold. I have my blanket here too, but I was just really cold, so I'm like, nah, we're just gonna put the sweater on. So if I get too warm, I'll take it off kind of things, but like I figured, we're just gonna be extra cozy. What was I writing? Luring, that's what it was. Thank you. I like this sweater a lot. It is very cozy. It is very cozy, but it is also my, like, I just wear it all the time. So I do try to avoid wearing it on stream so it doesn't look like I'm just wearing the same thing all the time. Because I kind of just put it on the, I'm cold. Time to be snug. Yes, this is one of, I think I got this out of my mom's clothes stuff and whatnot. For anyone who doesn't know, my mom sells clothes. So I kind of just end up with stuff sometimes. Pretty snug in bed right now. Nice. Nice and snug. Okay, let me hang this up. I'm readjusting to my hair being shorter again. It's not as short as before. I'm still adjusting. Which I think is why I'm cold, because it's just slightly less hair on my neck. Keep all the heat in. I immediately knocked over the boxes. Fine. Here we go. Oh. I guess... I wonder if maybe I could move... I guess I could move these. That's not what I wanted to move. Why didn't I think about that before? Y'all, it's the star on the top of the tree. I did a thing. I made the star be on top of the tree. I'm like, why didn't I think about that before? I was trying to move it out of the way so you could see it. I'm like, wait a second. Clearly that's where it needs to go. It's perfect, right? It's perfect. Because Because I think the moon one down here, I think is fine. I don't think that's blocking ornaments and stuff. Obviously, my mic arm's still going to block stuff, but clearly the star has to go on the top of the tree. You put the numbers on the top so it'd be more visible. I don't remember. I don't remember. I could go in and I can look because now I'm curious. I'm like, I can't remember what I can and cannot edit in this overlay thing. Let's do a quick investigation, shall we? Because clearly, that's where the star needs to be. Where am I going? Streaming tools, overlays, there it is. I was like, it's somewhere in here. Let's see, that's the bit school, yeah, okay. Widget, settings, text settings. It doesn't, I'm not immediately finding a text change of that. I did forget that I can actually customize the colors of this. I just like the default colors of it. Did a wind tunnel test today? Ooh. Why are we live today? Isn't it important to watch Wicked before Wicked tomorrow? No, the Wicked tomorrow is we're watching part 1. The Contemplation is that they are doing there's a re-release of the first one in theaters. So I could instead watch the first one in theaters tomorrow if I wanted to. And then Thursday is the new one. Apparently my hairdresser is actually seeing Wicked for good tomorrow. They're being fancy. I'm like, cool, jealous. Watch that without... I mean, I could still screen share it. I could start the screen share before I go. Like... whatever they were giving away. That would be very cool. I have no idea what they were giving away, but I did enter it. I did enter the giveaway. Oh, here, I found a toggle. Oh, interesting. That's not what I was expecting the choices to be. Okay. I guess that works. I was expecting it to be underneath or on top. But apparently, the other option is... Hold on, I have to refresh it. Oh, now it's completely in because I have this cropped. Hold on. I think that's still cut off. I can't tell. It's too tiny. Hold on. I'm just gotta move OBS in front of me. It's still cut off. Which is weird. Because I can't move it over any farther. But the other option is we can put it on the side. So that, I don't know if that's any easier to read. I don't know why. I don't know why it's being cut off. Because in the preview, in the overlay, it's not being cut off. I don't know why. I don't know why it's doing that. So, let me see. Can I... insert dramatic pause here while I find the setting I'm looking for. That's styling. Oh, I can also apparently change the text size on it too. But I don't know. I guess we could just make it bigger text. Where is... Guys, here we go. Oh, I can rotate it, apparently. Interesting. Okay. This help? I don't know if this helps. That did not help. That did not help. Oh, that did not help. Oh, no, I'm messing it up. I broke it! Yeah, I broke it. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay. Why? It's fine. Now I have to fix it. Okay. There. Okay, I think I did it. After all that, do we like it on the side better? Now I feel like I should change the other one to match. What do y'all think? Should we make the other one be on the side? You may have done something in the Horse Girl channel. Oh no. I think I'm gonna leave the sub goal one because I don't want to break it. And if anything, the sub goal number is always going to be that size, whereas the other one is gonna change more than the other one. This one is the, yeah, I was like, we could. Oh, I'm clicking on the wrong thing. We could also just scooch it up a bit. Because I think it moved in the box. I think I moved it in the box. Is that on the top of the tree? I think it's on top of the tree. We put the star on the top of the tree. Hi, Jameson! A 2. The bot has been so mean today. Like, I think Crispy is the first person to roll double digits. Also, hi, Crispy. A 9. I think that... Did it just give me 2 9s? I think it just gave me 2 9s. Oh, now the alert box is... Now the alert box is slightly overlapped. But I think it's okay. Congratulations, Goldie. You caught a marlin. Thank you for the bets. Okay. Thoughts, opinions... Oh! And you caught the cavity! Congratulations. Now the bit number is cursed. See, I can't read what it's at. No! Boo! Yes, now it is cursed. It is now cursed. Okay, I think that's probably a good position for the star. Yeah? I mean, we could move it just a little bit down so it looks a little bit more like it's on the tree. I don't know. That was by accident we put the star on the tree. So clearly that's where it needs to be. Okay, Goldie, what did you do in the Horse Girl channel? Do I want to know? GG! Congrats! Holy butts, that's lots of points. That is a lot of points of stuff and things. GG! One day my first roll in chat will be double digits, or at least round up to 10. Yeah, like, I feel like the bot has been not giving us a lot of double digits today. At least I haven't noticed. Yeah, we got a multiple 3s. We got a 9. 2. Yeah, I think Crispy's the only one who's gotten a double digit roll today. I think. Actually be really cute to have the moon in the sky next to the star, though, too. It could be. I mean, we could totally move it. I mean, we could put the little moon up here. I mean, that's not a hard thing to move, but I guess it kind of makes it hard to read the text up there. I don't know. Chaos. This also feels so empty now. But I guess if the cats walk by, you might actually be able to see them. Okay, fine. The bot likes Tolarian. A 17? Okay. I fairly gay. We broke at the single-digit wall. Yes. You got an 11? Okay. There's at least some things. Goldie! That quote. A 13. Okay, there's some better numbers. Why did you say that? I have no idea, Goldie. Absolutely no idea. Ooh, Crunchtrap. Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, I guess if you want context, you do have a date, and there is... I'm gonna remind you all that the VOD channel is a thing that exists. If you have missed on any of the stuff or the things or whatnot, I'm working on getting... I have a lot of ones that are, like, uploaded to the YouTube but haven't been scheduled to post because I do... When I post the VOD, I timestamp stuff. So if you are looking for just the just chatting section or just the gaming part, like, you can click and everything is timestamped on the VOD for you all. It is gonna be, yeah, eating a fished up crunch wrap would be very soggy. From 5 years ago, so your guess is, yeah, it's that quote being from 5 years ago. I was like, I have no idea. 2020 was a different existence. And as someone who has to teach children who were born in the year 2020 because they are kindergartners now, just wild. Like, oh my god, these kids are these kids are insane, some of them. Like, some of them came out fine. Some of them are unique. One night only. Yes, sure, Jameson. Why not? I was supposed to trying to survive. Yeah, 2020 was like its own, like, little pocket corner of existence. You made it more cursed? Oh, no. No. No, you did make it more cursed. Boo. Thank you for the bits, Looney. I appreciate you. Tag yourself, I'm unique. Like, the main issue is, like, obviously kinders don't have a ton of social skills. But for a group of children who were born in the era of social distancing and all of the things and whatnot, they sure really have no verbal communication social skills. Like, they communicate verbally and they make a lot of sounds. And there's a lot of talking that happens and whatnot. But as soon as one thing is not going their way, these kids these kids don't have the... I don't know if it's a verbal processing skill or a social skill to, or, like, you know, the word patterns to know, but their only way to, like, solve things is, like, you know, this kid is in my way, or what, you know, they don't have a, you know, even if they say it rudely of just a move over, get out of my way, they don't have any of that. It's just immediately shoving each other. Like, they punch each other, they push each other. It's like they grab and move the person out of the way. It's like, use your words. None of you are nonverbal. You all have words. You all know what the word move is and stop is. Like, you have the words. You need to use them. Please, child. And the other thing, too, is just the amount of children who, you know, it's their way or they're, like, sobbing. Like, their way or they're, you know, we have so many kids that have such big emotional reactions to things that are, like, really tiny problems of, you know, so-and-so bumped into me, so-and-so knocked the cone over when they went by and didn't pick it up, so-and-so, you know, And it's reactions of, like, sobbing or, like, rage, anger. Like, there is not, like, hello, where are the mid-range emotions? Please, children. I know your brains are not fully developed, but please. Some semblance of mid-level emotion and upset before we, like, full-on explode. You're a problem. No, you're not a problem. You are not a problem. You are not going to run through the obstacle course and kick every single cone as far as away as you can so the other children don't have the cone for when it's their turn. There are only absolutes for children. Yeah, like, children definitely tend to see things in more black and white terms. Like, obviously, they don't have as much skill with the gray area in between. But this, you know, this generation of kids has a lot more extreme reactions to, like, everything. And I don't know if it's because this generation of kids is, like, essentially having to have those bigger reactions to get attention from their adults who are, you know, absorbed in their screens. Or, you know, they just know they get more attention if they have a bigger reaction and they don't get enough attention in general. Like, some of these kids, like, obviously I know kids don't have a ton of emotional regulation skills. Like, we have to teach them those, which we have. Those lessons are being taught. But still, it used to be like there was, you know, a handful, you know, a couple of kids in each class that had this. But now it's like the majority of the class is having those kinds of reactions. A 6-year-old at Walmart. I thought it was a rapid dance mania double. Seems about right. Only a Sith deals in absolutes and children. Sometimes there's no difference. Sorry, Jameson, I'm quoting this because yes. 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 Also, I was trying to figure it out in Stream Elements. If anyone knows, I was trying to make it so you all could add quotes. Or if that's not a thing that's possible for Stream Elements. Because that would be really nifty if you all could be able to add quotes. Quote. Add. Technically this is ESO. So I'm doing it as ESO. Because we are in technically the ESO category. Who's bad? She was screaming and thrashing and slamming into shelves, carts, and trying to climb into other people's carts to get things she wanted. Yeah, like, and that's the thing that I don't understand, like, why we've gotten to that point. Like, I understand, like, you know, well, I don't want to blame the gentle parenting on it. I feel like it's valid to listen to the kids and whatnot, but, like, the amount of children who don't know how to do things that's not the thing they want to do, or, like, not be able, you know, they don't know how to process of, like, not getting their way, or, you know, like, I feel like you know, as a kid, obviously you're not good at that to begin with, but, like, at some point there's an understanding of, you know, maybe the kid throws a tantrum, whatever, but at some point there's the acceptance and the understanding of you don't always get your way, and sometimes you have to do things other people's way because that's how the world functions. We did get a cool... Yes, I'm such a goober, and I always forget to open closed captions, and I don't even think it's actually set up correctly anymore. Someone needs to remind me to fix that. Oh my gosh, we got that quote again. We did. We did. I just apparently really likes quote 90 today. Put a pack of Oreos in my cart. This rabid child tried climbing into my cart to get them while her father looked on like, I can't do anything when she gets like this. And that's the problem, is the parents don't do shit. Like, if you don't do anything about it, like we had they don't go to the school anymore, but we had a kid that, well, two kids that, you know, dad comes to pick them up and they're just running around and running around. And, like, the dad just stands there and does nothing. I'm like, aren't you, like, do you not have, like, any embarrassment of, like, and this was, like, other parents and children were around, and the other parents were, like, kind of looking at him like, aren't you gonna stop your child from, you know, running through the crowd of people like they're on an open field? Like, the problem's not gonna stop by itself. You have to do something to stop the problem. The child doesn't know better. You have to teach them. And, like, so many of these parents either don't by choice or can't because they're working so much, have the time to teach their children how to be human. Which is why I don't ever want to teach a child to be human outside of the ones I teach at work. Like, you gotta do something. Sir, your daughter is taken hostage and climbed on top of the Barbie display. She does that. No. Like, your child is acting out. You take them out of the store. You put them, you sit them down. You put them in timeout. You have consequences. And these kids nowadays, like, even at school and whatnot, like, obviously there are some consequences of things, but also a lot of teachers' power has been taken away for those consequences of, like, you know, we're not supposed to take recess away. So obviously kids still get recess, but, you know, sometimes they get, like, alternate, you know, they get indoor recess. Like, we have, like, a set of Legos that are in the office. So, like, but they're not necessarily getting the movement from that. And then it's like, well, they need all the movement. It's like, yes, but also, what do we have that we could do as a consequence to this child? Like, any of the children. There is so lack of consequence. Like, these kids have no reason to stop doing the bad behavior that they've learned. Don't want to be on that watch list. Yep. Tossed a pack of condoms to the father whose kid was acting up. He got so pissed, but he did have another shopper laugh and go, it does not work after the mistake is made. That's great junk. Oh my gosh. It also seems like the fathers in particular are super ineffective because the system is fucked. If a father does anything and a child cries foul, the father is immediately suspect number one and enemy number one, and the mother often immediately sides with the child. Yeah. There's also just, like, cultural differences. There's definitely cultural differences between also just gender roles as well between different families and whatnot. So it is oftentimes that, you know, it ends up being that the girls get really disciplined and, like, you know, they always are the ones who have the consequences or, you know, have the different expectations. And it's like, just because they're a different gender doesn't mean they're not capable of being a respectful human being. Why are you not expecting any gender of your child to be a respectful human being? Why do you just let them run around? Like, why do you expect one to be poised and in control of their body and you let the other one run around like a, like, hooligan? Like, I was like, this, I'm glad kids are scared of me. No idea why, but it certainly works out. Yeah, it's just like, why? I don't know. The whole entire system is fucked. So, it's a thing. The kid was knocking carts over on their side. The kid was actually, destroying product that the store could no longer sell. I felt so bad for the underpaid employees. Yeah. Like, that's the thing is, like, especially if it's being a property destruction thing, like, it is your, you know, it is your job as the grown-up to the child to control the child. You as the grown-up are the one who is allowed to pick up said child and forcibly move them from the property. Like, Obviously, as teachers, we don't have that ability. And sometimes it's like, this would all be solved, you know, like just the, like, if the moment of just this would all be solved if I was actually this kid's grown up and I could just pick them up and put them where they're supposed to be and everything would be fine. But obviously we're not allowed to do that because, like, you know, safety. But sometimes it's like the amount of time that is spent on children who refuse to move from the, you know, dangerous spot they are in. Like, you know, in the past years of, like, you know, kids crawling under the bleachers and, like, kids repeatedly jumping off the stage and, like, it's like, children, please. I understand your brains are not fully developed and you are still learning how to human, but also please stop running around and screaming. Like, I have a fourth grader that is, like, almost on a weekly basis. Like, almost every single week I have seen this child. I have to tell them to stop screaming. And, like, I don't know about you, but I never did that as a kid. I don't have any memory of doing that, of just the random screaming for no reason. And it's just, like, I have to be so on them of just, like, stop screaming. Like, especially because we have kids that push in from other programs that are, like, super sound sensitive. You can't just randomly bloody murder scream for no reason. Like, I don't get it. I don't get the lack of logic and resulting actions of these children. Of course, not all of them are that way. Like, there are definitely those ones that are, you know, more emotionally regulated and aware of the space and the people around them. And part of that, you know, of course, is their grown-ups are present in their life and actually are there and teaching the child how to be human. So, but unfortunately, not all these kids have that benefit. And it's not always the parents' fault. It's not always their grown-ups' fault. Because sometimes, you know, the system is fucked and they literally are just doing what they can to make ends meet. And sometimes they don't have a choice in that. But when it is their active choice to not be involved and not do shit, that's what makes me mad. It's like, come on. Teachers were no longer able to physically touch students is when my grandpa retired, as he had a kid almost kill another when they were using the printer press. He went to the office and said, I'm not going to sit back and watch a fucking murder. Yeah. He taught graphics and printing at high school for over 50 years. Yeah. That's the thing that's like, that was kind of my, I had that, you know, not to that extent, but I did have one of those eye-opening moments when, before I was even in the teaching program, there was, an incident on the playground because I was essentially, I was like a work-study job where I was like recess duty and like helped make copies and helped assist in classrooms and stuff. That one kid knocked another to the ground and like climbed on top of him and was laying on top of this kid and refused to move. And this other kid was just, you know, screaming and trying to get out from under this other kid who was like, you know, the kid on top of them was, you know, bigger than them. They couldn't get them off. We were not allowed to physically remove this student. We had to just like try to comfort the student who was being squished until the one adult in the building that was like, there is a special training you have to go through to be able to, you know, there's like it's mostly used for like special ed programs and stuff, but you know, like the safety restraints of like being able to, it's, you know, the protective, like the kid is hurting themselves, protect, you know, if the kids, you know, hitting their head or hitting, you know, trying to hit it, you know, that protection is mostly what it's used for. But it's also used in those situations of like, this kid's refusing to move off the top of this other kid. And it was like multiple minutes. Like it took like at least 5 minutes of this kid just laying on top of this other kid. And this kid had to be like, that poor other kid underneath him just was probably traumatized from like, I'm stuck under here and the adults aren't doing anything. Because the kid doesn't understand why the adults aren't doing shit. Like, because they're used to adults in their, you know, wherever they're living would remove the kid, but we're not We're not allowed to physically interact with them to make that kid get off the other kid. Like, when I've had to break up fights and stuff, the only thing I'm allowed to do, like, I just get between them. Like, I could stick my arm out. I could go like this. But I'm not, that's about it. Like, it's absurd. Ooh, return for spicy ravioli soup. Yum. Our faculty meeting, we were talking about how to deal with AI, and one professor said, well, I retired. One way to deal with it. That policy needs to be changed. If a child is actively squishing another and could be hurting them, the staff needs to deal with them. Yeah, like, that was the thing that I was so shocked. And obviously, like, it wasn't just me out there. There was a couple of other adults as well who were supervising recess. Because I went to try to, like, you know, put my arm between them, and they're like, nope, you can't. I'm like, you know, to, you know, separate their heads and whatever. Like, nope, you're not supposed to. I'm like, what? I'm not allowed to physically protect the other student? Wait, what? And that was the thing that was so bizarre to me. I'm just like, but... Huh? Which I should also put for context. This was like first and second graders. We're not talking like big kids. Like, I think they were either, one of the kids was a first grade and one was a second grade, or they were both first graders. Like, we're not talking big kid bodies here. Like, it's not like it was two big fifth graders or anything like that. Back before that, a student was horsing around and the same thing almost happened. The press was running and one student almost killed another as they almost fell onto the press. My grandpa is 5'5". He ran over to the student who is football quarterback 6'4", grabbed a chair on his way and slammed it down and lifted the kid up on the ground and just asked, what the fuck do you think you're doing? Get the fuck out of here. And that was when I remembered he was a former military drill sergeant. Yeah, like, sometimes kids are really stupid. This is how you get students who are traumatized and unable to trust authority, so they deal with it themselves and become the problem student. Yeah, because, like, that tiny child who's, like, what, 7? Who is being squished by this other kid. Like, obviously, I'm hoping, I don't remember, this was, again, before I was in the student, you know, in the teaching program. So this would have been, I don't know, that kid's like a senior in high school now or something like that. Like, it's been a second. That, you know, that kid's not going to understand why the adults aren't getting the other kid off of them. So I'm hoping maybe they explain that to them, but, like, I think maybe I explained it to them as they were stuck there, just the, like, I'm not allowed to get them off. I'm not allowed to do it, you know. It's just like, why? Like, again, so many things because of policy and stuff. Like, I understand. I get it. I understand why it's in place, but not every situation is going to be black and white like that, or, like, even fit in a gray area. It's like, you want me to just let this happen? It was all in a single movement and rushing over, grabbing the chair, slamming it down, and getting on top of the table to lift this kid up. Yeah. Yeah, exceptions need to be made. Yes. Yes, but the thing is, then you have to deal with parents and things like that, and legality of, you know, most of the time, the parent of the child who would, you know, if, you know, that child was being forcibly removed, those grown-ups are going to not be happy with whoever did that, and then they just get mad at you. It's like, your child, again, why is the child not being the one blamed for their actions? Why is everything, like, everything now is like, well, you did this, or you didn't do that. Your child did X, Y, Z. That's the problem here. Why are you talking about, like, the nitpicking of how an adult responded to it? Why are we not addressing the, your kid chose to do the stupid thing? Like, sometimes kids be stupid. Like, some of them have brain cells in there. But sometimes they're gonna be dumb, and they're gonna jump, and they're, you know, we've had a kid, like, get a concussion by smacking his head on the soccer goal because he was dumb and, like, jumped into it. Like, sometimes kids be dumb. Sometimes kids be dumb. The 50 years, my grandpa only ever had to physically touch a student twice, both times to prevent a murder. Yeah, like, sometimes there's those incidents, obviously, like, I'm not having a printing press or whatever, but, like, there are times when it's like, okay, everyone's overall safety is in jeopardy of things of, like, we need to do this. Like, your child is climbing through the bleachers and might get stuck in there. But I'm not allowed to physically stop him. Your child was actively on top of another and refusing to get off them while they were clearly distressed and flailing trying to escape. Yeah, like... And then it's going to be the thing of, well, you allowed them to get on top of them. It's like, no. They, like, I don't control your student. Like, there's so many stories of all the things. It's like that, they get blamed. Like, there was a teacher that, of course, then there's all these, like, Facebook mom groups and stuff and things and parent groups and whatever, that one of the PE teachers, like, there was, like, an older, I don't know, it was 4th grader, 5th grader, one of the, the older grade kids who was crying over something really small. I don't remember what the specifics were, but, like, crying over, like, they didn't get to be on the team they wanted, or so-and-so, they tripped and fell, or, whatever. And the teacher told them to stop crying like a baby because they were doing, like, like the overdramatic crying for, attention that you don't, the one, the tippler, like the toddler crying. Does that make any sense? But this was coming out of, like, an older kid. And everyone got mad at this teacher for, like, you called my child a baby. It's like, no. He said that they were crying like a baby, not that they were a baby. And then everyone got hung up on the, like, that they like, how dare the PE teacher call this kid a baby? It's like, that's not what happened. So it's like, just things, like, little tiny things like that could get blown so far out of proportion. And it's like, yes, your child was sobbing over something that was really, really small. Like, as a, like, 4th or 5th grade student. Like, not a realistic thing to be sobbing over. Like, I don't remember what it was, but it was something, like, really tiny. They tripped. Someone, bumped into them. Someone took the ball they were going for. Something really tiny that, like, would have been like maybe they're grumpy over it. Maybe they're upset. But not, like, crocodile tear sobbing over it. Like, if that makes sense. Again, the big, huge reactions from these kids over everything. Hi, CT. It's an adjective. We still have, like, 2 adjectives. Yes, this one and the next one are adjectives. Facebook mom groups are awful. Yeah, I am glad that I was not in school in the era of that, like, existing. Like, obviously, like, I was in school when Facebook was, a thing, but I don't think Facebook groups were a thing yet. Like, I remember them having groups be a thing, like, in high school, but not, like, middle school or anything. That happened with teenagers. There's an assault case asking to happen. Yeah. Yeah, like, that's the other thing, too, is, like, if that, like, situation of the other kid, like, being, pinning down the other one, like, if that was older children, like, if it was teens or something, like, that would be a way bigger deal. But just because it's 1st graders, it's not as big of a deal. Like, it's still a big issue. Like, again, this is something that happened literally, like, a decade ago. Like, inconsequential to the actual current day and age of things. But, because this was, no, literally a decade ago. It would have been, like, 11 years ago. 12 years ago? Something years ago. A while ago. Phone in the old days, I was in 2nd grade and having a meltdown because someone smashed my face into my lunchbox. The lunch monitor walked over and said, "Man, stop crying like a baby." Yeah, like, and it's one of those things too that it's, the PE teacher that it was, it's like, I don't know why it was such an issue with him. Like, this PE teacher is very much a, like, gonna tell it like it is not, you know, they're not gonna beat around the bush or anything. Like, if you're crying like a baby, they're gonna tell you to stop crying like a baby. Like, they're not the fuzzy warm kind of teacher. Yeah, second grader crying because they were physically assaulted and had their lunch ruined is a justifiable reason for them to react poorly. Like, yeah, that's a justifiable reason. So that's reasonable. The thing this kid was upset about was, like, not... Like, if it was something reasonable, by all means, yes, be upset. But, like, oh no, someone took the ball you were running towards. Oh no, it's the end of the world. Like, oh, which actually, okay, hold on. Funny add-on to that. My best moment today was this was kindergarten. We were in line taking turns for the obstacle course. I had a kid come over and say, so-and-so cut in line, when I knew and had already corrected this child from not going to the end of the line when they came back. So my response was, how many times have you cut? And, like, props to this kid because they responded 1. And I was like, well, now you're even. And off they went. Just the kids that it's like, you know, I want to cut, but no one else can. And then they get upset, you know, when someone else does the thing that they're also doing. It's like, child, if you're going to cut, then other people are going to cut. And if you don't want them to be upset at you, then you don't get to be upset at them. Seems fair, right? If you're gonna cut, then like, you got to cut once, they get to cut once. That seems fair. Like, in my book, I'm like, that's fair. Like, you cut earlier, so now they get to cut. And now you're even. Problem solved. The other best thing I've done over the last few years with lines is anytime kids argue about, like, they cut in front of me, I send both the arguing children to the back of the line. I don't figure out who was there first. I just send them both to the end of the line. So now the children have learned of, don't argue about spots in the gym, because then she'll just send both of us to the end. It's the quick and easy way to solve the problem. Except some of them, there's a few kids that I do the opposite way because they fight over caboose. So I send them to the front. Asked to pick my niece from daycare once. I showed up and saw an absolute demon. The little boy rummaging through other kids' cubbies and taking their stuff because mommy says I can have whatever I want. And the daycare workers were standing around like idiots because we can't do anything. Yeah, no, you're assisting theft. Fuck, you do your job. Like, yeah, that's a you should be teaching the child to stop. And that is especially if it is like a daycare thing of like, no, you could get in that kid's way. You can take the backpack, you know, whatever their stuff back out of the kid's hands. Like, no. Child does not get to keep those things. Like, no, that is not how this works. Like, oh my gosh. Anywho, should we ESO quest? I snatched the shit out of this boy's hands and put it back in the kids' cubbies. Thankfully, there's footage proving that I was preventing theft. But I was banned from that daycare. Holy butts. Like, come on. Like, if an adult was doing that, and I guess that's the other thing too, like, obviously within reason, like, there is some logic of like, if a kid's doing something versus an adult doing something, but like, if an adult was coming in and saying, I want whatever I want, and rummaging through, you know, bags, you know, going through, you know, someone's lunch, or like at work, going through the different lockers, whatever, like, there would be someone stopping them and there would be consequences? Like, why is that not the same thing for a child rummaging through kids' backpacks in daycare? Like, that would be the thing of, like, you know, send another kid to take all the stuff out of their backpack. Like, and see how they feel about it. And then maybe they won't do the thing. Like, I don't know. And that's the thing is, like, why can't we just stop them? Like, why are we not allowed to stop them from, like, why are we not allowed to teach them that that's not a thing to do? Oh, I also owe CT a joke. Let me grab that before I forget. We weren't taking cheap stuff. A kid had brought, like, a $90 child-safe tablet, and they grabbed this and were shoving it in their own bag. Yeah, that's not okay. That is, like, straight-up theft. Like, and that parent, you know, that kid's grown-ups are not going to be happy with their kid's tablet being stolen. Like, why are you not stopping that? Like, that's absurd. Like, that's absurd. Okay. Okay. We ready? CT, here is your joke. Which king loved fractions? Henry VIII. It's fine. Like, that's not how that works, but sure. Yeah, the 8th, because it's, yeah. Like, there's footage of the kid stealing it. If the parents who paid for it wanted to see the footage, they could press charges and hold the other parents accountable for returning it or paying for it if it was damaged. Yeah, like, that's absurd that it was, like, a thing. It's like, a kid steals a bouncy ball or a slinky out of a kid's backpack. It's not the end of the world. Well, it was for a second grader. I've had that happen. But, just, you know, in terms of actual valuable things, like monetary valued things. Jameson, the Automod said you're being too aggressive. CT redeemed a joke. Which, to be fair, you all don't get to pick the joke. I just read the next one in the book. That would literally work for a king of any. It would. Except for first or second. Yeah. But it's still funny. Ooh. Is it a Virgil? Is it a Penelope? Virgil stepped to the keyboard. Hi, Virgil! No, you're totally fine, Jameson. Automod just doesn't like it. Simple, you teach kids not to touch stuff that isn't theirs without explicit permission. Yep. I've been teaching that lesson a lot because I keep bringing my little tiny squish to work. Not this one. This one I keep at home. But of the, you know, I have one that it's like, if I have it out, like, you can touch it, but you have to ask. You can't, you know, even if you know I'm going to say yes, you have to ask, and the answer has to be yes, because sometimes the answer is going to be no, because it's time to leave, or we're transitioning to something else. And the kids have actually been surprisingly really good about it. Like, I've actually been really shocked. Like, there's only been, like, 1 or 2 kids that have, like, struggled with it. Okay, I'm in a random place because one of the daily endeavors was do a survey, so I'm here. Because I did a random survey.
Withered hand, Imperials. What's next?
Automod wanted to grab your back. Yeah. Automod cannot read context. It's fine. Do I have to go farther for that? Really? Going through that door. I load in and out of the area. That should reset. Okay, it's fine. So for anyone who doesn't know, there's ESO surveys, which are essentially like crafting surveys. They give you items, but if you have multiple of them, you have to like leave the, you know, leave the area and come back to make it respawn. And I'm so surprised that going through that door doesn't make that respawn. So I'm not going to bother doing the other stacks of it at the moment. I also don't need to keep up with surveys as much as I used to have to, because they now stack differently. So it makes it a lot easier to not have, to run out of inventory space because surveys. It now stacks by type of survey until you read them, and then it actually becomes the own individual survey versus having to have each type of crafting material for each zone that has surveys spaced in your inventory. So much nicer. So much nicer. Automod doesn't like... Yeah, sometimes Automod doesn't like people. And sometimes the people who have set Automod a lot of time have redeemed a VIP badge just so Automod doesn't catch them for so many ridiculous things. Back in the 90s, if we touched someone else's stuff without getting the okay, we were getting our asses beat by the other kid. Yeah. I once got Automodded in chat for saying, oh, I came out of the closet early, but people kept trying to banish me back to Narnia. Great. That is a great thing to be Automodded for. That's funny, though. How much do y'all want to bet I could get something working tomorrow and get data? Yes, you could do it. Absolutely. You got this. The equipment and everything is so gonna work. It is going to function. Oh, okay. Hold on. Like, why is it marking that I have a quest in Grotwood? I forgot that one of the endeavors was to, like, craft stuff with alchemy, so I just did a alchemy master writ. And I never turned the writ in. This ravioli is very spicy. I can feel the cayenne pepper in my toes. But yay, spicy.
None of us is
okay. Let's do this. Do a quick little repair. Okay, so I figured we could continue our questing in Eastern Solstice today. One thing that I have learned from the Reddit, I guess I could go back and look at which delve. There is a delve that people keep getting stuck in a spot, and then they can't, like, their character dies and then they can't get out of it because it's inside of a delve, so traveling to a way shrine doesn't work. So they're having to, like, queue for a dungeon to get their character to move out of the space. So if anything, we just need to be careful not to get stuck places, I guess. Hi, Galentine. It's good to see you. How's it going? So... I guess we're... Oh, because I didn't... Did I actually... No, it's just not active. Okay. We are over here. We have a flow pump and it keeps being weird. Really, it just needs to send a little signal when it's at a specific point, like beep. And I am pumping the fluid at the highest rate now. But some wire got knocked loose or something, so the signal is absurdly noisy and useless. Oh, no! That's not helpful. Doing okay. I've had a good day and actually felt productive. Yay, productive! Woohoo! I also felt like today was a productive day. I got some stuff done. I made some PowerPoint things in prep time. I made some copies because the kids are going to be running the pacer soon because they want to do that. So I'm going to let them, but if we're going to do it, we're going to track it and we're going to set goals. Okay. Actually, before we do this, I want to... Ooh, and that one's up too. I want to actually turn in these quests. I would like to still get some of these daily coffers. We have that one. We don't have this one. Okay. I would like to actually get some more of the daily golden chests from these because I still don't have all of the, like, bone fragment things. I don't have all the bone fragmenty things. So I understand for our purposes that the wall is down, but I am still going to defend these camps because why not? It also, actually, I really like these events, like this world event area kind of thing. I like it. It kind of has hints of, like, the progression of, like, a Harrow Storm does. But it's actually still manageable to actually progress it. Like, if, you know, if you don't have a ton of people, you can still do this event, whereas Harrow Storms can be almost impossible if you don't have enough people. Pacer Kazumi's, the kids want to do it. Like, the kids have been asking me of when are we going to do the Pacer test. I'm like, I wasn't planning on making you do it, but they want to do it, so I'm gonna let them do it. But I'm gonna do it like, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it the way where we're gonna do it in the fall, and we're gonna set a goal for the winter, and then we'll do it in the winter, and then we'll set a goal for the spring. Like, we're gonna do it like the other PE teachers do it if y'all want to do it. I'm not just gonna have you run it for fun. Like, we're gonna actually track it. I have had kids, like, just run back and forth with it for just warm-up purposes and just learning what it was, but not, like, you know, we're gonna actually go over the rules and stuff, and we're gonna do it proper, and we're gonna have a partner that's gonna keep track of your numbers, and, like, we're gonna do the thing, and we're gonna document stuff. We're gonna do it proper. I never want to run the Pacer test again. I understand that I probably would be in better cardio shape if I did, but also I am down to do, like, I don't mind doing cardio. Cardio is fine. Anything but running. Running's boring. Running's boring, and I'm not great at it, so just Zumba class all day, biking, whatever. Like, give me something else that is not just running back and forth, and I am down. Like, I'm fine to run, like, and play a game or something, but I don't want to just run. That is not an entertaining thing to my brain. Gym-based stuff gives me PTSD in general, but I have the worst response to volleyball because I got a volleyball spiked in my face. Ugh, I knocked my glasses off and broke them because the person spiking was a jock who put way too much force into a gym volleyball game. Yeah. See, volleyball is like the one thing that I'm like, I did that sport in middle school. So I at least understand what's happening. I can teach it, you know, at the elementary school level. So I do have a kid who keeps asking when we're going to do volleyball. And I'm like, not yet, because we're doing the bike unit. At some point. Doing well with a rowing machine for some cardio lately. I haven't done a rowing machine in a while. I've been doing, well, one, my cardio lately has been just actually playing some of the PE games that I make the kids play. Or going and sitting at the gym and riding a bike at a gym and doing my UMA dailies while biking. Because that's how I've been able to get myself to sit and do some stuff. But a lot of just cardio stuff has just been me, like, being, you know, the tagger or playing the game. Which, one of my, the game I had the kids play today, I did not create the game. And I did not get it from another teacher. A student actually created it themselves. Obviously, I helped facilitate the making sure all of, you know, the things and the parts were accounted for and, you know, typed out the rules. But this second grader fully created her own PE game based off K-pop Demon Hunters. And I'm like, sure, let's play it. Sounds fun. Like, it was one of those things that, like, they want to play it again. So I'm like, we'll maybe play it again next week because it's fun. And it actually, like, it has multiple jobs and layers to it. Because you have the hunters, the demons, and just, like, the fans. And I'm like, okay, props to this second grader for coming up with a PE game that has multiple jobs, and each job has their task. And, like, how they free themselves if they get tagged. Like, I was so impressed with this game. I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll play that game. Because that sounds fun.
Capturing the Coral Heart.
I tried to claim it was my responsibility to ensure my glasses didn't break. Like, what? Did not spike the volleyball into my own face. I have no... Yeah, that's not something you have control over. Doing Uma while biking makes you relate to the Umas more, I suppose. I guess. I don't know. It keeps me focused of like, no, I'm actually gonna sit here and do this for like longer than like, you know, 5 minutes or something like that. Ooh. Pizza does sound yummy, Ranch. Yeah, so, I don't know. I might, once the bike unit's over, I think I might actually have the older grades play this game. This second grader made. Because it's actually fun. So, like, the hunters, so there's 3 hunters and 3 demons. And
we can't leave the camps undefended.
The hunters have 2 jobs. The hunters can tag the demons, and they can free the fans. The demons are running around and tagging the fans, but if another demon gets tagged, they can save that demon. They could go like high five him and let him be back in. The fans are just running away from the demons. I suggested that the demon should also be able to tag the hunters, but she didn't want it to be that way. So I'm like, okay, that doesn't, like, it doesn't sound fair. But when all of those things are simultaneously happening at the same time, with the hunters being able to free and tag the demons, like, if the demons could also tag the hunters, it would be absolute utter chaos. Because then it's just going to end up being in those, like, standoffs of that the demons and hunters are just going to keep trying to tag each other, and then the fans aren't going to have anything. So I'm like, okay, fair kid. Fair kid, you didn't want that to be you didn't want the demons, you didn't want the demons to tag the hunters too? Fine. I think that works out well. Parents in Texas found out y'all were playing a game with demons. There would be a lawsuit. I'm also positive. Well, because it's based off of K-pop Demon Hunters is why it's demons, hunters, and fans. Yeah, it would be valid because the demons and hunters would target each other and ignore the fans. Yes, I'm like, okay, kid, you had a valid point of that the hunters just need to be worrying about... Well, and the other thing, too, is they wouldn't be saving the fans because they were just trying to get in the demons, like... Or, I mean, the demons would just be trying to get the hunters and stuff. The hunters can tag the demons because one of the ways the game ends is if all 3 of the demons get tagged. So either, like, I let it run for, like, 2 minutes, and then we swap taggers. Or if all 3... Which only happened once today, actually. All 3 demons managed to get tagged at the same time. So it's actually really fun. It was really fun. It reminds me of one of my other favorite games I've done with the kids that is, like, that multi-layers of multiple jobs. And it's Star Wars Tag. Is one of my other, like, multi-job favorite games that I've played with the kids.
Thankfully. We need more vitrified souls.
The problem is Christians have a bit of a mob mentality when it comes to close to anything demonic. Even if it's just words with no meaning behind it, yeah. It's like, people, please. Like, do we have to do things?
Let's...
Is it actively harming your child? No? Hey, it's fine. If it was actively harming your child, then that would be something different.
I can use someone with a talent for
Okay, let's get our loot. Yay, I got another one. Okay. I don't know how many of those I'm at. I need to look again. Ooh, a style page that I don't know. Okay, I already know. Oh, that's what I was gonna mess with, and I didn't mess with the outfit. Y'all, should I go make my... I was gonna mess around with her outfit. And then I can also put those in the guild bank, too. I swear we're actually gonna quest. I'm just being a distracted bean. It's fine. I am also not as game pressured to... I'm not in a rush to make progress as much, if that makes sense, with the questing. I also am aware that it's only been out for a bit, and I know some people are not wanting spoilers for stuff, so I understand that. Oh, I guess I also do my writs. I'm realizing I automatically ran this direction when this is not the direction I was going to run. We're doing our writs now because we can. One of those uber Christian grandmothers who was when I heard it, when she heard I played D&D, refused to let me eat at her table because I will not have the devil's mouthpiece at my table until you repent at church and burn those heathen books. That's the thing I don't get. Like, it's D&D. It is the more structured, like, grown-up version of a child playing pretend. Like, why are you upset with them doing that, but not a child playing pretend? Or would you also get mad at said child for doing any kind of pretend that involves magic? I never ate at her table. I was not burning $200 in D&D books or confessing for having a hobby. Yeah, like that's... Yeah. Like, no, there are bigger problems in the world than, oh no, someone playing D&D. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, they were fanatical about the Harry Potter books too. Yeah, I kind of forgot about that phase because I remember... I specifically remember having an interaction with another kid in the theater program I was in of... I don't remember why we were talking Harry Potter books, or we were talking about books or something. And she said, I'm not allowed to read those. And me at the time, like, I had, like... I knew she was, like, religious in some way, shape, or form, but I had never had this interaction before, and I definitely did not understand. This is, like, I guess early high school, or maybe it was middle school. She's like, I'm not allowed to read those books. And I could not comprehend, like, I kept asking her, like, why not? She's like, I'm not allowed to read those books. I'm like, well, if you want to read them, why don't you read them? And she's like, I'm not allowed to read those books. And me being the goober that I am, I'm like, well, if you want to read them, just check them out from the school library and read them. And she's like, I'm not allowed to read those books. I'm like, if you want to read them, read them. I guess if you're not interested in them, don't read them. But, like, my brain could not wrap around of, like, if you want to read a book, then, like, that was my first encounter of, like, any kind of, like, book limitation of, like, what do you mean not allowed to read a book? If you want to read a book, read a book. Like... Narnia's Christian propaganda magic, though. Yeah, Narnia is a whole thing, isn't it? I still have not read all the Narnia books. I've read 1, 2, 3, whatever number Voyage of the Dawn Treader is. Good kids book, the rest of the series. It gets weird. Yeah, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is a good book. When you read the others, it's just there's some I think there's some other good moments of things and whatnot, but Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is like you read it, good, cool. I did like reading what the first one where like the world gets created and what like that was kind of interesting. Magician's Nephew. Thank you. I'm like, I don't remember what it's called. Dawn Treader is 3? I thought Caspian was 3. Maybe I misremembered. I've read the ones that have, like, Lucy and them in it, but I haven't read the final battle. But I'm pretty sure I've read The Magician's Nephew. I've read, obviously, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. I've read Prince Caspian. Caspian's 4, Dawn Treader's 5. Okay. Horse and His Boy is 3. I maybe read that one? I don't remember. I know I read Caspian because I read, like, this was the time period when, like, the Caspian movie came out. So I was reading the book because I wanted to read the book to see the movie. Yeah, it was like, I think overall it's like a good read, but there's definitely some parts that are a little weird. And apparently, like, Aslan is Jesus, so, like, that's a thing, but still against reordering, putting The Magician's Nephew as 1. It was the 6th book. Okay, it was just a prequel chronologically. I can understand that, yeah. The box set that I have has The Magician's Nephew as book 1. I totally understand the other ordering also makes probably more sense. You go by chronologically, not release order. Okay. Yeah, Rose from the Dead and all that. Yeah. Okay, where was I going? I was going to... We were going to look at outfit stuff. Pets versus Cassia just making more gays. I wanted to see... I know I could just look at the inventory of what I have, but I wanted to see it on my character. And I can't... I don't think I can preview multiple things at the same time. But I wanted to see what the Stark Fellowship stuff looks like. Yeah, okay. I think this is what Raz is wearing. What is Raz wearing? I think Raz is wearing the light one? Yeah, because I don't think that's the one Raz is wearing. I think Raz is wearing this one. Interesting. I thought Raz was medium. Maybe he's not. Okay, I kind of want to match our Stark Fellowship friends. I feel like we should do the thing. Do not quote the deep magic at me, witch. I was there when it was written. Yes, it's such a good line. It is such a good line. You know, just the child child talking about game things or like talking about Minecraft or things or like CDs. Like, child, I was there when I lived during that time period. You're writing a new script. Needs to be submitted in 10 days. You gotta do the thing, Ranch. Don't leave it to the last second. Don't do it. Don't leave it to the last second. Okay. I don't know if I like those arms with it. I don't know. Let's just put all the light styled stuff on. It still feels weird putting actual shoes on my Khajiit. I'm realizing that the hat didn't get dyed Christmas colors. Realizing the hat didn't get dyed Christmas colors because I didn't have a helm on at the time. I don't know. What do y'all think? Should we vibe in some Stark Fellowship stuff? I think I maybe don't want the head. Oh, no, that's a monstrosity. I forgot that was what her helmet looked like. We could also put the actual light one on. I think I had the medium on. We could be spooky. Again, we can always change all the things, whatever. Like, we are not fussed about gold or things. We have plenty. Had a child talk to me about Final Fantasy IX and talk about how retro it was. I wouldn't understand because I'm old. Child, I played it when it was released. Yeah. My second grade teacher recommended Narnia to me and I really enjoyed it, but wasn't raised Christian enough to realize as much as until high school. Yeah, it was like, I'm trying to remember when I don't think I put it together. I think someone told me of like, yeah, Aslan is Jesus. And I'm like, what? And I had to stop and think about it and go like, oh yeah, I guess. Piece together my little bit of knowledge that I have on it enough to like, oh yeah, I guess, yeah. He kind of does die and get brought back to life, doesn't he? Probably work on it a bit tonight. Want to look at a code stuff a bit first before the code. Pizza. Yes, pizza is clearly the priority. I forgot about Santa giving them the knives. Yeah, it's been so long since I've seen the movie and it's been so long since I've read the book. Like I've read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe several times, but it's still been like a decade since the last time I read it. Because it was read to me when I was in, I want to say 3rd grade. It was one of the books that like the librarian read us like a chapter every week for a bit. I want to say that was like 3rd grade. And then I read it at some point in middle school. And then I decided to actually try to read the whole series at some point in either late high school or early college. But I don't think I've read it since then. I don't know if I want these to be red. If I want them to be green. Nah, green's too much. I want to be white? Okay, y'all, do we want the shoulders to be white? Or do we want the shoulders to be red? Like, I think the red cohesively works together, but I do kind of like that the white pops it out a little bit more. Hot pink. I don't think I have a hot pink dye. Resemble the actor who played him in the movie. Oh, Ed. Okay. Movie, so trust me. Know that one's name. Found a copy of all the books together in a bookstore when I was in 7th grade and went neat and made sure to read it at least once a year for like 5 years. Cool. Okay. Red is your favorite color, so you're biased. Okay. Do I have a hot pink? I guess I have. I need to go achievement hunting to unlock some more dyes. 'Cause I have some, but there's definitely some better dyes that I don't have unlocked. Like, there's definitely some better ones that I don't have. Okay. Let's do red then. Oh, let's also... Oh, no, I want to copy the... I know it's set fill from... No, I'm a goober. Okay. Let's do my weapons, too, because I'm so bad. I'm so bad at remembering to re-dye the weapons to match the rest of the outfit. Obviously, you don't have to just pick 3 colors and then put them on everything, but in terms of Christmas vibes, this is the vibe. Okay. Play changes. Take my gold. Snazzy. Okay, which means I need to actually take the costume off. Okay. Oh, and I guess... I don't know, y'all. Do we want to hide our helm? I feel like we could hide our helm and be okay. But also, I do actually kind of like it. Oh, it's the complete works of William Shakespeare. Nice. Yorkie would visit your parents for Thanksgiving. Could do the thing. I would not be opposed to owning some more Shakespeare. I know I own Twelfth Night. But I don't actually... I might have Hamlet. I don't know if I actually own any other ones. Book you want to get is too damn expensive. I mean, a lot of books can be expensive. First edition Canterbury Tales. I don't know if I know what that is. Do I? I don't know if I know what that is. No, I want to... There we go. Okay, so we have wandered past this delve. I think I would like to actually do some more of the main story. Oh, I was gonna look to see if my add-ons had an update again. Because I would love to know if there's side quests around here other than the delves and stuff. Would be kind of snazzy. Okay, let's go here. And I'm going to double check. Let me see if any of my add-ons... The Lazy Root Crafter has an update. And none of the maps do. Okay. So, we already did our writs, so I'm not going to bother reloading for that. So, if you are someone who does not want Eastern Solstice spoilers, I am going to jump into one of the main quests. Hi, Hopper. Hello. It's good to see you. How's it going? Canterbury Tales is a collection, 24 stories from Jeffrey Trout. I'm not going to try it. Between 1387 and 1400, the tales are framed as a story telling contest among a group of pilgrims traveling from London to Canterbury to visit the shrine of St. Thomas Becket. Oh, interesting. Okay. Has anything exciting happened in ESO? I'm standing in Eastern Solstice. I go back over here. You can see that the wall is down. Obviously, for some reason, there is still some visual stuff because The event is still going on. Phase 3 ends in 3 days. Oh, wisdom teeth extracted bin. Yeah, that's a pain. Yeah, that is a pain. I will say this. If you wish to complete phase 3, it goes away in 3 days and 22 hours. And then it goes away for, it goes away. I will also say this. The phase 3 thing has been buggy. It has been buggy. What fixed it for me is I had finished the Crossing the Wall quest, and when I finished it, it automatically let me pick up the first, Eastern Solstice quest. Like, the dialogue just continued like it usually does with the main story, and you can pick up the next quest immediately. We're figuring that that's what bugged it for me, because I had an Eastern Solstice quest and the event quest, and the event quest assumes that the wall is still there, and the Eastern Solstice quest assumes that the wall is not there, and obviously that causes a conflict of timeline. So abandoning the Eastern Solstice quest and also abandoning and re-picking up the event quest seems it fixed it. We were able to do it. If you want to see the Writhing Wall phase 3, we did that yesterday on stream. Not been able to open an ESO on Steam, so I've tried reinstalling with no luck. Okay. I haven't heard anything yet. Okay, so do you have... I don't have the game through Steam, so I'm half in the dark here of stuff. I know that you can, in theory, log in through the regular launcher, even if you have it connected through Steam. But I don't know if... I'm assuming you have a login and whatnot. But in theory, my suggestion would be go like download just the regular ESO launcher and log in through there and not try to launch it through Steam. Would be my suggestion. Dragon, if it's still not working. Because, yeah, I'm assuming ESO support will get back to you eventually, but they are definitely not super fast about getting back. So, my first thought of things of don't launch it through Steam. I know playing ESO through Steam and connecting to the servers and things like that is a lot better now than it was in prior years. But I do suggest for anyone who gets into this game of don't get it through Steam. I mean, you can. Don't get it through Steam. You're essentially double launchering yourself. So, definitely watch the VOD later. Cool. Yeah, it is. We were very excited we were able to get it to actually function because the actual event itself of the actual instance you go through and do stuff with other people is really fun and it looks really cool. I was just bummed that it took us like 3 or 4 tries and multiple days of like going back and reloading to try to get it to actually function. So, that was the thing. Also, the other thing I realized that I was going to say earlier, and then I don't know if I did. Is anybody excited for Wisp Blossom Ranch? Because it comes out tomorrow. Disney Dreamlight Valley people. Obviously, I am super behind because I am still questing in a Rift in Time. But also, I'm very excited for us to have mounts. And I might break my rule of playing through stuff in order to go get a horse so I can have a mount to get around on. Would be amazing. Also, side note, if you are not in the Disney Dreamlight Valley Reddit, the Reddit has been joking about having different characters as mounts, and it's been hilarious. Yes, Wish Blossom Ranch comes out tomorrow. It comes out tomorrow because it comes out before the Cinderella update comes out. You love Dreamlight Valley? Nice. I do not, I do not typically stream Disney Dreamlight Valley. I have, like, hopped into the game here and there occasionally to just... because we were talking about stuff and it was easier to show versus just tell. But it's usually when I just play off stream. I do often screen share it when I'm playing it, if I'm hanging out in Discord and whatnot. But I am playing through things in release order, and I've been playing through the quests very slowly. I've been keeping up with star paths. I still need to go unlock Lumiere and Cogsworth, because the next task I have with the star path is, like, talk to Lumiere, and I'm like, I can't do that. I need to do that. So behind on games right now. I am always behind. I've kind of just accepted that I'm always behind. I've kind of just accepted I'm always behind, so I just recently started doing a Rift in Time, because I do own the DLCs, but I just haven't, I have not played through them. So I've started a Rift in Time, and I've done, like, the initial things, but I have not done, like, I don't even have access to the whole map in a Rift in Time yet. So it is really fun, though. I love Disney Dreamlight Valley. I have, like, 300 something odd hours, I think, in it. So doing a Rift in Time right now, nice. I have, like, gotten to the point that I have met each of the starting characters of the zone, but that is all I have done. Like, I'm finding fragments of something for Rapunzel or something like that right now. But also, I haven't been actively questing because all my time has been in... all my Disney Dreamlight Valley time lately has been just working on the Star Path. Because I haven't been doing a ton of Disney Dreamlight lately. I will say, I still have been putting a decent number of hours of whatnot into Disney Speedstorm. Because for as simple of a concept of it is of racing characters, of Disney characters, Disney Speedstorm is really fun. I really like it. And we are a day away, 2 days away, something like that. Tigger is going to be on the next thing, and I'm excited about it. I'm excited. So, okay, I wanted to check to see. Raz is wearing a different shoulder. That's what I was like. I couldn't remember this shoulder being what they had. But I did remember correctly of the chest piece. Okay, so Raz is wearing mostly the light stuff, but that is not the light shoulder. And Waxen Ash is not wearing the shoulder. She's wearing... She does have the medium arms, though. She has the light main piece, but the medium arms. Okay. I was gonna say, I think Prince Azah is wearing the heavy stuff. Mostly. Obviously, Darian's doing his own thing. Okay, wait, what were the... What were the other shoulders? Yeah, Raz is just straight up wearing... Raz isn't wearing Stirk Fellowship shoulders. That's why it looks different. I'm just gonna do a quick scan. I'm trying to see... I don't know what shoulders Raz... No, because those are smaller. I don't know if anyone knows what shoulder Raz is wearing. I'm trying to figure that out because I was trying to match Raz because Raz changed outfits And isn't wearing his Queen's Eye outfit anymore. Maybe it's this one? The Soul Cleaver? Okay, hold on. Gosh, my character is too fast. It's fine. Okay. No, we need to be on the other side of Raz because that's the direction things are going to be. Moving my character slightly is basically impossible. It's fine. Okay. Now we're kind of next to Raz. I think it might be that one. I don't know. I'm okay with the ones we have on. I was just trying to match Raz, but also we can be our own person. Okay. 2 hours into stream, I'm actually going to click on a quest and not be distracted by other things. What a concept. So if you don't want story spoilers, we are on the second Eastern Solstice quest.
I told your leader I had nothing to say. I just want to leave this place. After betraying first my people, and then the Black Worm, I must try to figure out where I truly belong.
Please, the cult captured our friend, the mage Vanus Galarian. Do you know anything about that?
Varnus. I served as a guard for the Great Mage, as part of my duties with the Order.
Okay.
Between the talks we had, and what I saw the Order do to my people. He was kind to me, convinced me to betray the Order. I helped him send his messages.
I was gonna say, if you were talking to Vanus, I'm not surprised that Vanus would be the one, you know, give you the reason to, defect from the cult. So can you tell us where they're holding him? How we can rescue him?
No, I'm sorry. I was reassigned to Gristmung Hold when they needed more help with the Soul Flayer experiments. I do not know where they sent Vanus after that. But he wrote a note and slipped it to me. Asked me to get it to Gabrielle when I could.
Oh. Gabrielle was our friend. Where is the note now?
Let me mark you a map. I helped a group of prisoners escape to an abandoned village, but we were captured. Before that, I hid the note in a secret cache in a stone totem inside one of the buildings. This is the location.
A secret cache?
Yes. This parchment shows the solution needed to open the correct cache.
Ooh.
Press the indicated decorative tiles on the walls to rotate the blocks that make up the totem.
Ooh, puzzle.
Set them to these faces and retrieve the note. I hope this helps you find Vanus.
Thank you. How did you help with the Soul Flayer experiments?
I am not a powerful necromancer, merely a dabbler if that. So the Order used me to guard prisoners, move ritual components, those sort of things. But the more I witnessed the power of the Flayers, the more I grew to despise the Order.
Why did you decide to join the worm cult in the first place?
The dread Father Sithis has always fascinated me. The void and its connection to death led me to dabble in necromancy, much to Jitra's chagrin. When the first members of the Order of the Black Worm arrived, they eagerly accepted me into their ranks.
Then what made you decide to betray them?
A lot of little things. The appearance of the writhing wall, taking prisoners, the sacrifices. Then I met Vanus. I was assigned as his guard. We talked. He asked questions. I helped him as much as I could. The soul flayers were the last straw.
Sorry, I'm realizing I forgot to mute. I was gonna mute.
You work on finding
Oh.
Varnis. The rest of us will scout the area and create a forward base.
I need some time. I'll stay here and lend a hand.
I will make sure this mainlander does not get lost, sister. Stay safe until I return.
I am not a powerful necromancer.
Okay, I was just trying to click out of the game, and it clicked me out of the dialogue. That is not what I wanted, Iso. Oh my god, let me click on the fish. I don't understand why when I click out of Iso, it won't let me click into fishing unless if I, like, click into something else and then back into fishing. Sorry, minor annoyance is just being annoying. Like, please. I try to mute the fishing before we actually do quest stuff. For Iso, for some reason, I don't mind having the fishing on while we're questing because it's just kind of in its own little corner. But most of the time for story stuff, I just close it. So, stupid thing is I even downloaded ISO from the site and tried to run it, still with no luck. Interesting. Is it just that, like, it's not letting you log in at all? It's like, I feel like that's odd if it's not letting you log in. Okay, because I was trying to talk to the other thing
I
here.
am not a powerful necromancer.
Sorry, I was like half listening because I was being annoyed and now I missed what they said. So now I'm annoyed. One thing that really bugs me is missing dialogue in ESO, and I love that the characters kind of just talk to each other, but then I can't replay or reread that dialogue that happened. Okay, because we're gonna go get the note. Jitra and I are gonna go retrieve it. Got it, okay. But I wanted to hear this dialogue.
I am not a power. I know they are evil.
Okay, sorry, what was it?
I am not
So you must
a
know something
powerful
about these soul
necromancer.
flayers that could help us.
I know they are evil. I saw how they killed swaths of prisoners with a single burst of necrotic energy.
It's not good.
Those prisoners were mostly my people. Stone Nest villagers. The flayers are nearly ready to be deployed by the Order.
Deployed?
They were on the verge of testing them, but they planned to use them against your fellowship. They would be a powerful defense and capture many of your allies' souls. I never learned why the Worm King needs so many souls.
It's a good
The Dreadfire-
question.
A lot of little things.
It's a good question. Also, my chat is not auto-scrolling. Why is it not auto-scrolling? There we go. It just won't open. Had a friend see if it happened to them, but nope. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, I know you said you put in a support ticket. Yeah, but that's like an odd thing that if it's not letting you log in at all. Wish we had a log of what the NPC said. Yeah, that would be really awesome. Because I'm assuming they just said something about, like, we're going to go find the thing. It's one of those things that my brain really wants to abandon. If I was not streaming this quest, I would abandon that whole quest and redo all of the dialogue to be able to hear that. But I am streaming. And I'm aware that we've talked to, like, 5 different NPC dialogues between that and those random lines that were said in between. So if I really want to know, I can just go back and look at my VOD later. But I don't want to miss dialogue person. So if I was not streaming, I would take the time to abandon and redo that to be able to hear that. But I'm not going to have us do that because stream, and we don't need to redo that. 3 times, clear the download cache the same amount of times. Huh. So, were you having your friend log into your account? Or was your friend logging into their account on your computer or something? 'Cause, like, that's weird. just feel like that's weird that it wouldn't let it in at all. Know their own? Okay. I don't know who this friend is, but I mean, it would be an interesting thing to see if you, like, tried to log into your account on a different device. If that would work? Or see if, you know, to see if it's something of that's on your computer versus the account, but it's probably just something on ESO's end. But, like, I don't know why it would not let you log in at all. But yeah, probably dumb question, but yeah, just make sure you've done all the steps of have you tried turning it on and off again, restarting all the things. I think you mentioned uninstalling and reinstalling stuff. So I wonder... No, because that's just going to be the books. Okay. Y'all, is it really dumb if I just want to re-click through all this quest? Last time I played was a few weeks ago, which was before they got to stage 3. Okay, was it before update the 48? Whatever the last major update. Was it before that update? Like, I'm wondering if something with the last update maybe didn't get loaded correctly or something. And we did have at least one patch since then. I'm doing a thing.
We want a great...
Because I'm realizing all the NPCs we talked to are right here.
Told your leader.
Oh, those were actually before that. Oh no, this... Y'all... Us re-clicking through this to hear that NPC dialogue literally is actually not going to take that long.
I told your leader. Varnus. No, I'm sorry. Let me mark you a map. I helped a group of... Yes. This parchment shows the solution needed to open the correct cache. I am not a powerful necromancer.
You work on finding Varnus. The rest of us will scout the area and create a forward base.
Okay.
I need some time. I'll stay here and lend a hand.
I will make sure this mainlander does not get lost, sister. Stay safe until I return.
Cool. Because I just like to know what the others are up to. And usually those side dialogues like that are just the others commenting on what they are going to be doing while we are doing our job. So, thank you for indulging my random, I needed to abandon that quest and re-click through that dialogue. Because sometimes my brain also just needs to hear it again. Which is one reason that I love that we can replay NPC dialogue now. I love that we have that ability. Because there's so many times when it's like, nope, my brain didn't hear it. Nope, it didn't, you know, usually my brain is good about, you know, processing. It will, you know, it'll hear stuff and it'll process, but sometimes it only processes about 75% of something, and then I don't necessarily get the rest of it until way later, which is, again, why I'm not a binge watcher, because my brain, I know, does, like, get most, it gets the gist, it gets the important bits, but it doesn't necessarily fully process something until later. When I come back and I think about it again later, and think through, like, oh, wait, oh, and then this is related to this thing, and that's, the, you know, which is why we're not, when we watch Stranger Things, we are not going to watch all 4 episodes in one sitting when they come out on the 26th, but the plan would be that we're going to watch probably 2 of them. That we would watch 2, and then the following week we would watch the next 2. Okay. This would be funny if this was the secret cache. Oh, excuse me, but I'm aware that it's not. Oh, come on. It's a simple one. Thank you. I guess I probably could have just actually manually lockpicked it.
This is the village we seek. The corpse dealers have been emptying our villages to fill their prisons.
Yeah, that's not good. But let us go find this cache. Ooh, there's a Pokemon. I'm pushing the fish button. I want double digits, bot. Well, it's a 4, not a 1. But still not double digits. I'm interested to see what this letter from Vonis says.
My egg sister is clever. She hid the note in an enigma totem.
Okay. So, in theory... Okay. Barjasa's quickly sketch solution to opening the stone secret totem. Okay. Wait. I do find it interesting that that's still a thing that they have of, you know, giving you an item to look at, but not having you actually look. Like, I feel like as a new player, which I guess a new player wouldn't necessarily be questing through this zone, but like knowing that you have a quest inventory tab and knowing to go look for it, I guess you probably could also end up brute forcing it. Okay, so red, white, and green. Oh, I gotta push the buttons? Is that how this works?
My egg sister's drawing reveals the correct faces on the totem.
Oh, okay. She is saying it, so that's good. The red, white, and green. Okay. Okay, that does make it a lot easier. If she's gonna... Oh, it turns all of them. I didn't realize it was going to turn all of them. So you gotta start at the bottom.
Each decorative wall tile rotates a different block in the totem.
Okay. Yeah, it is good to have them remind you.
Did you hear? That opened the compartment. Now you can recover the note.
Yeah, if, you know, hearing, you know, you randomly clicking in the NPC's like, hey, you have the note that has the solution. Then you probably would go be like, where? Okay.
Is that what you sought?
Yes.
Will it help you find your missing friend?
I hope. Gabrielle, imprisonment has not dampened my curiosity or my desire to constantly expand the scope of my knowledge. And it helps that many of my captors like to hear the sounds of their own voices. I was able to secure these sheets of parchment and a quill and ink from a lazy guard. Still, I best not tarry. Let me tell you what I have learned. First, I think that I made it clear when I was able to contact you through my staff. The worm cult has started a new plane meld in reverse. They're dragging chunks of Cold Harbor to this isolated island. That's not all. They have plans to expand their efforts throughout Tamriel, perhaps all of Nirn. Second, I met the cult's leader, Wormblood, but the next time he came to see me, he was possessed by Metamarco. Somehow, some way, that damn necromancer has found a way to return. Third, the Soul Reapers that killed Merrick and that our friend and I discovered in that worm nest before I was captured. Okay. The nest before I was captured. Metamarco has been working his mages ceaselessly on improving the design, and by improving, I mean making more deadly. These new Reapers, called Soul Flayers, will expedite the harvesting of souls. They are no longer passive collectors. These devices, once activated, kill all living things in the surrounding area by releasing necrotic bursts of energy. Then they harvest the newly expunged souls like the Reapers before them. Fourth, I actually got Menomarco to tell me where the harvested souls go upon collection. Shocking. He could never resist gloating to a captive audience. Fair enough. That describes Menomarco. The souls are sent to an ancient Daedric crucible called the Wraith Forge, where they are converted into pure usable energy. From there, it gets confusing. He claimed the Wraith Forge was part of more Naril, I think is what it was. A Molag Bal temple somewhere on this island, but he also intimated that it was in Cold Harbor, and he's using the plane meld to retrieve it. Fifth, the Flayers use an improved power core created from the perfect bismuth crystals. These are being mined at Kazneke Mine. Sixth, I am about to be moved to a new location. I do not know where. I convinced my guard Barjasa to take this note and get it to you. Use this information to find a way to overcome these soul flares. Bonus. It does help some.
Does the note indicate how to find your missing mage?
No, but he provides things he learned about the cult's plans, including details on the soul flares.
May I see? Mor Naril is a forbidden place, an ancient Daedric temple. The Death Dancers of old battled Daedra there long ago, or so our legends say. I know nothing of a Wraith Forge, but the Bismuth Mine, I can take you there if you like.
Okay. You know where Kazneke Mine is located?
Of course. I am a Stone Nest Death Dancer, and this is my territory.
Fair enough.
I would be very poor at my job if I did not know the area like I know the scales on my tail. The corpse stealers have an encampment there.
I need to check it out. Vonus's note suggests we need to stop something happening there.
We shall go together. The mine lies just to the north of Zorhist, my people's largest village. These soul flayers threaten the Stone Nest tribe, along with everyone else. I believe the stone has placed us on the same path for a reason.
Okay, Issa apparently has like I think there was a notification sound for people whispering you, I guess? Oh, someone's asking if the quest is bugged. Okay, hold on, I'm gonna replay that.
We shall go together. The mine lies just to the north of Zorhist, my people's largest village. These soul flayers threaten the Stone Nest tribe, along with everyone else. I believe the stone has placed us on the same path for a reason.
Okay. Goodness. Everything is dry. It's fine. Hi, Lance. It's good to see you. How's it going? Got a question with you today. What is thy question? Yeah, whoever else was here, it's bugged for them. If Americans smile, why don't Europeans... My gosh, that took... If Americans smile, why don't Europeans skillometer? Boo! I was like, why is it smile? Oh, because it's a mot. Boo! Issa, will you not be a buggy mess? This quest worked for me, but this person is that whispered me. They're not. The buttons aren't turning the stone for them. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I was like, I don't know how else to unbug it. They did say they abandoned it and retried it. It's like, I don't know. Iso, will you please not be a buggy mess? Please and thank you. We have been lucky enough that everything has worked for us. The Writhing Fortress quest did bug for us, but we abandoned some stuff and restarted things, and then it did work for us. That's it. That's your jokes for today. Okay. Doing fantastic. How are you doing? I'm doing good. I am definitely tired, but, like, tired because I did fun stuff with the kids today of doing... we're doing line dancing, and I did an obstacle course with kindergartners today. So, like, it was, you know, for fun reasons. But also tired. Ooh, we're gonna get another way shrine. Way shrine! Okay. I don't know how much I want to wander for stuff, but I do kind of want to go get that sky shard. I don't know. I wish I could see, like, I don't know if there's side quests, and the add-ons I have apparently haven't updated to have them in here yet. From what I can tell is I'm assuming there's probably... We know there's at least going to be delve quests. I had a very energetic kid this evening that I had to teach math. Very exhausting. Yeah, that's why, like, I'm glad I don't have to worry about the math or the reading part. Stuff. It's just like, no, you can count to 8. If you can count to 16, that's even better. If you know your right from your left, cool. The rest is more moving. I feel like I've done a lot more this year with getting the kids to try to remember their right from their left. At least they're following it better than I feel like in previous years. We've been doing line dancing and, you know, making them remember of, like, go to the right, then go to the left, then go to the right, then go to the left. Moving is not your department. Fair enough. I teach dance in PE. So we're at the point of the year where I am wearing sweats to work. And I pack a pair of shorts, and then I change into shorts when I get there, because it is too cold in the morning to wear shorts to work, but it is too warm to teach in sweatpants or pants. Especially when, with the youngers, oftentimes I end up also running around and playing said PE games with the children. I also count it as my workout for the day, so. There's that. Okay. I'm a goober and I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to be doing a wiggle break. And I keep going, ooh, quest, ooh, loot, ooh, thanks. Okay, let's not leave our character here. where we literally just saw things spawn. Which actually, there might even be stuff on the bridge. Let's just go back over to the way shrine. Because there should not be enemies that spawn next to the way shrine. Cool. I mean, I guess... Oh, no. If my character dies... Actually, no, I haven't... I was going to say, I haven't died recently, so I have my free res still. Which, if anyone does not know, for any new players or players that have not discovered this, in your... It's soul magic? Yes. If you do not know, in the passives of your soul magic, if you put stuff in here, you can make it so you can revive once every hour without spending a soul gem. But also, the amount of soul gems that I have is absurd. I have 5,929 in my bank and 429 in my inventory. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the iceberg. It's good to have you here. There's a song that represents my dancing ability. The song is called In Hell I'll Be Good Company from the Dead South. Do you know that song? I think so? So many gems. Yeah. I have a lot of soul gems. Hopefully we won't die that much. Hopefully not. We do have a lot of soul gems. I will also say, I used to, in this build that I'm running on this character, I used to have the soul trap on her bar. This ability here used to be, I used to have the consuming trap in there, but I like this, I guess, I've scribed this one. This is one of the ones that I've scribed to have different damage stuff. I think it literally might have been one of the tutorial one things. I liked it, so I kept it there instead. But I filled a lot of empty soul gems. So not only have I looted a lot of soul gems, and also just from daily login rewards and whatever, which I guess those are the crown ones. I have 246 crown soul gems in my bank and 264 in this character's inventory, apparently. I have a lot of soul gems. It's fine. I will say, if anyone is lacking for soul gems, I am happy to share them. Because apparently, I have 1,452 empty soul gems in my bank. I don't think I realized I had that many empty ones. I'm not lacking in the soul gem department, and I'm happy to share. Non-crackers? Ooh. Still tempted to get back into this every time I see you play. I miss my sneaky archer kitty. It is a very fun game. I'm having a lot of fun with it. I wish the event was not bugged out for so many people like it was originally for me, but we got it to work. But I love ESO, and we've been having so much fun questing in Solstice. We've had so much fun questing here, and I'm supposed to do a local break, so I should do that before I start questing again. It's fine. It's fine. We have either the attention of a goldfish or the never-ending attention span. It is fine. You have 34 soul gems? Well, maybe I should stick some in the guild bank. I have so many. I am happy to share. I also have a ton, and I just turned on the CP that gives you a third of a chance not to consume a soul gem. 1, hi Sierra C. 2, I don't think I knew that was a thing. 3, I have not looked at my champion points. The last time I looked at my champion points, the only thing I did was come over here and respec to give me all of the angler fishing things when I was going for the master fisher. Achievement when they had that event where every rare fish you caught was one you hadn't caught before. You have a guild? Yes, we do have a guild. It is a small guild, but we do have a guild. Not this one. Ours is the Iceberg Adventurers. Obviously, it is still under my old username because I can't change that. So it's still under Tapgirl301. But you are more than welcome to join it if you would like to join. Our guild bank, we essentially kind of use as a collective, just shared resources thing. So the guild bank is first come, first serve. You add what you don't need, you take what you do. There's also gold in there, so if you, like, haven't bought an in-room, or if you haven't bought, like, the snug pod house, or, like, you know, some of those small houses that are good for teleporting spots, there's gold in there if you need help with that. I put all my extra recipes and things in there, unless if something is, like, really high in value, then I, will just toss it in the guild bank. If not, I do sell some of the higher value ones, but, yeah. Like 300 unused CP. How many do I have? Okay, I'm not quite to 300. Well, okay, well, in each, no, I guess you're maybe saying total. I have 178 green ones, 222 blue ones, and 257 red ones that I apparently haven't spent. Because I just haven't bothered. I know I could. But I haven't felt the need to. Mostly worried I'd have to start from scratch to relearn, but I also have no idea how much stuff you had. I mean, starting from scratch, like if you're talking in terms of like questing content, wouldn't necessarily change too much. If you know you had a lot of motifs and crafting things unlocked, that would be something that would be a pain to relearn to another character. But if you're talking just starting over on questing, making a new character and jumping into questing is super easy. And you don't necessarily have to have anything like super prepared or made or anything for that purpose. I'm trying to think, like, there's also the thing, too, like, if you have items that are, you know, as long as they're not character-bound, you can always use the bank and transfer stuff between characters if you wanted to start from scratch. I will admit, I have been impulsively thinking about starting a new character with the purpose of questing through, like, every quest on stream on that character. Which I'm aware is an insane idea for how much of a backlog we have on other things. So I'm resisting. And I'm also reminding myself that I have a Final Fantasy XIV playthrough that I am making for YouTube that is me questing through the MSQ. And I already have like 3 episodes that I've recorded like a couple months ago, and I have not edited them yet. And I also should record more of it and play more Final Fantasy XIV because my sub is still active and I should play it. On that note, it's a thing. Stick to one MMO. Do with that. Yeah, but what if I buy one of the expansions of Guild Wars 2 when they maybe go on sale for Black Friday? Okay, I'm running away. I'm gonna go wiggle. I'm gonna go stretch. I will be right back.
Hello. I hope you wiggled. I hope you stretched. I'm back. I'm gonna try to catch Pokemon. I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna do all the things at 9. Come on. I think that is like my third 9 tonight. But rude. Rude. Okay. We are headed into this way direction. Because we're gonna go check out the mine. I was gone long enough that things respawned. That's fine. Oh, I should have picked up another vitrified soul quest. I'm a goober. Oh well. Okay. It's fine. We shall continue to quest. And smack the worm booty. Ow, rude. You're not supposed to smack our booty. We're supposed to smack your booty. That's how this is supposed to work. Right? Not the other way around.
Corpse stealers. See how they take our land as though it was theirs to begin with.
I, for some reason, was not expecting her to talk when we walked into the quest area. And her being so assertive about the corpse
This one
stealer.
was very pleased to hear of Vicereeve Pelidil's defeat.
Interesting. Okay, so they've... Okay, in terms of plain old things, seeing a soul-shriven person here in Nirn should not be possible. So this plain meld shenanigans is definitely not good. Because there should not be soul-shriven in Nirn. I mean, in all terms of technicality. I mean, I guess if you're getting super technical, technically you're kind of almost soul-shriven for the main quest, but technicalities.
They mine the beautiful bismuth for ugly purposes.
Yeah, but it is still shiny. It is still shiny and cool to look at. Yeah, for anyone who doesn't know, literally, like, the tutorial quest for this game, the OG tutorial quest, and the start of the main story quest, like, you literally, like, end up with your soul stolen, because, like, Metamarco sacrifices you. Like, that is the opening. So you kind of don't have a soul for a while. I love that they're just standing there chilling and we just come up and smack them. Smack. I still think the blue flame Astronax looks so cool. All the Elder Scrolls games have to one-up the previous ones on how bad a state you start in. Yeah, like yeah, because, you know, Skyrim, obviously, you start at, like, your execution. But yeah, you literally, it's like, oh, Metamarco sacrifices you and steals your soul. So, it's kind of what starts off the whole main quest, and, you know, obviously, Metamarco very much likes Ball Log Ball, which is why all this other Solstice shenanigans is happening, and why they're trying to steal more souls for powering things.
Look, Mainlander, a map.
Indeed. A map of Skyrim? No. A map of Solstice. Maybe? Map of somewhere.
It shows where they plan to set some of their soul flares.
Okay. Oh, that's new. Oh my god, Issa. What? I don't think that's one of my add-ons doing that, because I don't think I have... Oh my god. Issa, what a concept! You give us a map, and then you let us be able to see it while doing the quest. I know that should not be a big, huge thing, but oh my god, anytime any quest, like, this is why, like, the Stygic Order quest line without add-ons is a pain, because you have maps that look like this with X's on it, but it's an item in your inventory, and anytime you want to look at it, you have to go to your quest inventory to look at it. Oh my god, it's just pinned. It's just there. You can see it. That's cool. Morrowind, you're exiled. Oblivion, you're in prison. Skyrim, you're about to be executed. So you're sacrificed and soul stolen. Yeah. Your soul is stolen. Just fine. But oh my gosh, yes, for anyone who does not know, the mini map you all see in the corner over there is not normally in the game. That is an add-on that I have for the game, which I feel like everyone who's capable of running add-ons has an add-on for a mini map, because mini map should be a thing. Specifically, if you're looking to get a mini map, this is Volton's mini map, is the one I run. Okay. I guess I don't know why we need that map. Okay, that is Solstice. Okay. I guess without seeing all of this stuff on it, this looks like way more, this little islandy kind of thing looks way more separated than I realized it. Because with the roads and everything on it, it doesn't necessarily look almost like its own separate little island like it does here. Okay, so we're gonna need to go... I guess we don't necessarily need this open right now, because that's not where we are. We are over here. And that's marking these points down here. Okay. It's fine. I'll leave it there for the moment. It's not like it's... it's not like it's blocking anything. Oh, look! A soul gem!
Atop that crate. Documents.
The Overseer Brasgrum Niska Mine from the court of Menamarco at Mornaril. Mornaril? I think is how they said it. Basgrum. Attached are the new goals for the perfect crystal production for your mines. The perfect crystals are key to our creation of new power cores for the soul flayers. We need as many as you can produce as quickly as possible. Run the mines continually. Use undead if necessary. When completed, install the dormant soul flayers at the sites indicated on the attached map. We will send someone to activate the flares at the prescribed time. These models emit but a single pulse, eliminating all life in the area to harvest their souls. If the test proves successful, we will set future flayers for continuous pulse emissions. See that you complete this task quickly. Menamarco will not tolerate failure or delay. Also, a prisoner will pass through your encampment on the way to his new cell. Oh, Vanis. Okay. Give his tenders whatever aid they require, then send them on their way. Menamarco has special plans for this one, and we'll meet with him at the Argonian site to personally oversee that operation, using the prisoner's power. Menamarco will raise an army of undead from the ancient necropolis. Oh, that's not good.
Let us discuss our discoveries, Mainlander.
That's not good. Not considered getting a minimap add-on. They are magical. Like, if you're just in the, like, overworld, or, you know, running around the main part of stuff, you can get by without having it. But when you're in, like, when you're learning, like, the layouts of a dungeon, or if you're exploring a delve, like, it is so helpful to have a mini-map. It is so super duper. Voltons? Let me do I have my hold on. I have my add-ons thing open so I could just show you. Because I was updating it earlier. It is not showing up on my list. Not showing up. It's Voltons, like a volt, like a bolt. I think. There it is. No, Voltans. So, okay, V-O-T-A-N. I thought it was Volton. It's Voltans. Night, CT. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Get some good rest. Get some good sleeps. Yeah, that's what I was like. I couldn't remember. I was like, I think it's Voltons, but no, it's Voltan. Yeah. I apparently also have the other. This is the most tiny specific add-on that I think I have on here, and it is so just a fishing thing. And of course it's just a fishing thing. This add-on here is also, it's specifically to auto-fillet the fish in your inventory, because when you fish up fish in ESO, you can, quote, push the E button to use them, and you have a chance, you will either get just fish as like a cooking item, but there's a chance for you to get an item called Perfect Roe, which is a very rare item in the game to get, which is why buying fish in ESO is still not like super cheap or anything like that. So I literally have an add-on just to auto fillet fish, because when you have a stack of 200 fish, you don't want to sit there and push the button 200 times to fillet the fish. You want it to auto do the thing for you, because that is easier. Okay.
Let us chisel to the truth and review the documents we discovered here.
We found orders from Mornaril demanding more crystals for the flayers.
Yes. More power cores for the soul flares. It seems they plan to test single-use devices at the sites indicated on the map we found. Then they will create flares that kill without stopping.
It's not good.
But what is this about a prisoner at the end?
That could be talking about Vanus Galarian.
And they dare seek to violate an ancient burial site of my people.
I mean,
to raise an army of undead. I must ponder. If we can determine which Zonmir they plan to plunder, we can be sure to find your missing mage there.
Okay. I mean, do you really think it's, you know, do you really think it's below them to just raise a bunch of undead? They are necromancers who are literally creating machines to auto-murder a bazillion people. Like, I don't think they really have great morals to begin with, so. Pizza's almost done. Ooh, pizza sounds good. What do you suggest?
I will return to your prince. Talk to my egg sister. Perhaps she can direct us to the burial site they plan to pillage.
Maybe.
And we must warn the Stone Nest villages of the coming danger. You go to these harvest sites and destroy the flayers. Head to the harvest sites. I will have your prince send help.
Nice. Okay, we are gonna head to the sites on our little fancy pinned mini-map thing. And we're gonna destroy them. Ooh, I got potatoes. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Which, to be fair, that's not exactly super far away. Oh, I was also gonna say, I bet that sky shard is maybe visible. And it is! Not that I need more skill points. Definitely don't need more skill points. Definitely have 52 unused skill points on this character. But, for zone completion purposes. Oh, I apparently took a dagger as well. Shiny! Yay! I will gladly take a shiny. Because shinies are fun to collect. And having zone completion stuff, obviously cited by the map, having zone completion stuff completed is also very satisfying. Also, I guess we don't really need this map, because it is also marking it here. Okay. But I don't... Yeah, I was gonna say, we're gonna get another way shrine. I did not... Normally I run around the zone and get all the way shrines, like, before I do the questing. Or, like, I will stop questing and go around and do them. I haven't done that this time because I don't really want to go to an area that we haven't needed to go to for the quest yet. So far, getting
Your
past...
scales
Ooh!
should mend in no time, Aiken. Catch your breath, then make your way back to your village.
You have my thanks, mainlander.
Should we get distracted and pick up a side quest? Since I don't... My add-ons and stuff, like, it hasn't been updated to show where the side quests are. So I feel like we should pick them up as we go, even if we don't do it right now. What was I saying? Oh, us getting past Grismung Hold definitely makes this area feel more open to just moving and going about the space. Whereas this felt very structured of like, you are supposed to be here and nowhere else in this zone yet. For purposes of, I don't know when the add-ons and things are going to make it so I can see the side quests. I'm just going to pick this up so we have it in the inventory.
An ally of the Stirk Fellowship.
Yes.
Perfect timing. These shaking scales could use your help. Zorhist is on the eve of war with the Worm Cult, and I need your help to light their warning pyres.
Signal pyres. Zorhist.
My anxious vines outgrow me. I am Manikai, a bright throat from Murkmire. I was sent by the Stirk Fellowship to make contact with this stone nest village, Zorhist. I must commune with their Hist before the Worm Cult attacks in full.
Okay. Why is the Worm Cult going to attack?
I do not know for sure, but the Hist screams for help. Higzish, the village's torchbearer, was injured on his way to light the signal pyres. Help me finish his task, so outlying villagers know to seek shelter before the cult arrives in force.
I'll help you light the signal pyres.
The Worm Cult plans to strike while many stone nests are off fishing and gathering. Higzish told me there are 3 signal pyres, north, west, and south of the village.
Okay.
We must light them to warn of the impending attack.
Hold on, I have a few questions.
Of course you do. If asked for help so suddenly by a perfect stranger, my scales too would itch with questions.
Okay, I do know this because if you have not quested through Murkmire, we quested through Murkmire, not on this character, on my Sork, actually. And it is such a good zone, especially if you like lore. I will click on this, but we did learn about Bright Throats, in Murkmire.
Yes! I came to Solstice all the way from the Brightthroat tribe in Murkmire. Are you familiar with it?
Oh, because this character hasn't done it. This character is not familiar with your tribe.
Then you should make a point to visit when our work here is done. After all, Murkmire is the prettiest of Black Marsh's swamp lilies, and we Brightthroat are a welcoming tribe.
Yeah, I did really enjoy questing with the Bright Throats. Yeah, I should go quest on this character so she has that. Because this character... There's 2 quest lines that I have done in ESO that were not on my main character. I quested in Murkmire on my Sork on stream just to kind of change it up. And I quested through the Fighters Guild on my crafting character in order to access a certain crafting table. But those are the only 2 quest lines that I have done, but not on this character. Other than that, everything else has been on this character. What can you tell me about Zorhist?
Unfortunately, not much. They are reclusive and keep to themselves, and that was before the Writhing Wall. What I do know is that Zorhist is one of a number of stone nest villages on this side of the island. One that actually has a hist tree.
I was gonna say, like, you said you're hearing the hist, like, cry out for help, but I was like, I didn't think the Stone Nest villagers had a hist tree. Okay, you've mentioned that name before, Stone Nest. What does it mean?
It seems I may have buried the juiciest grub of all. From what I have been told, the Stone Nest still live within and worship the ways of stone. They have not left their Zanmir's friend. I am anxious to learn more, so we should get moving.
Okay. Did you say the hist is screaming for help?
Yes and no. Apologies. I can already hear Zuka scolding me. I did not so much hear the hist, then felt it. When the wall fell, I was overcome with a deep, painful grief from the direction of this village, emanating from, I believe, their hist.
Can you understand the hist?
Joining the Sturk Fellowship is part of my training to become a proper tribe leader.
Okay.
Which is to say, I am no root herald. I can try, of course, but to do so, I need to commune with it directly, which is why I must speak with their elder.
Okay. Snazzy! Okay, those aren't necessarily too far away. Maybe we just be distracted and do this side quest. Maybe we just be distracted and do a side quest. I'm also realizing if time exists, and it is indeed a Tuesday. I'm running past all the people. Okay, we're gonna have to fight those ones now. Those are still close enough to the thing we need to do. I didn't actually look at what the daily endeavors were. Oh. Well, apparently I've already done 2 of them. And these ones was like opening stuff. Yeah, okay. On that note, do I have things to sell? I do. Sweet, now endeavors are done.
I hope we are not too late.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out because the quest literally has it marked on the map for us. So, as cool as that is, we don't really actually need it. I hope we are not too late as well.
No. Any other trick but this. Sheridak has such little knowledge of Daedra.
What?
Woe and madness. Poor Sheridak's mind unwinds faster than a bobbin of yarn thrown into the wind. Which is the real Millie. Alas, this cat may never know.
What's going on here?
This vexing criminal has summoned Daedra from far plains of oblivion and disguised herself as one of them. Sheridak already knows little of those that hail from plains beyond our own, but she has done something even more devious to cover her tracks.
What's that?
She's compelled each of these fiends to accuse another of being the real Millie Renaud. So questioning them just leads Sheridak in circles. It's enough to drive this poor cat to utter madness.
You must have some hint as to which is the real Millie.
If there is such a hint, poor Sheridak does not know it. This one is lost. Oh, the real Millie must be delighting in Sheridak's torment. Only a true adversary would know how to unravel the sanity of her pursuer like this.
Are you sure one of them has to be Millie?
The Haverkrell is the real Millie Renaud, mortal. Not surprised that you couldn't figure that out yourself.
Okay, I don't think so. Shardock. This was... Oh, okay.
The Dremora is the real Millie Renaud. Trust me.
Clearly the Dremora is the real Millie Reynard.
The Dark Seducer is the real Millie Reynard. Mortal best.
I mean, didn't two of them just say it's the Dremora?
Clearly the Dremora is the real.
The Dark Seducer is the real Millie.
No,
Reynard,
okay.
Michael.
They said the Dremora, they said the Dark Seducer.
The Haverkrell is the real Millie Reynard, mortal.
They say this one is.
The Dark Seducer is the real Millie Reynard. Mortal best.
Okay. So two of them said the Dark Seducer.
You're looking for the real Millie Reynard? It's the Haverkrell.
That's not what they said before, is it?
The Dark Seducer is the real Millie Reynard, mortal.
That's not what it said.
The Dremora is the real Millie Reynard. Trust me. You're looking for the real Millie Reynard? It's the Haverkrell. The Dark Seducer is the real Millie.
Okay, but they're not saying the Dremora.
The Haverkrell is the real Millie Reynard.
That's still the same dialogue.
The Haverkrell.
They stick to saying the Haverkrell.
Clearly the Dremora is the real. Clearly the Dremora is the real.
Okay, so they say the Dremora. They say the Dremora. They say the Haverkrell. They say everyone but the Dremora?
The Dark Seducer is the real.
They always say the Dark Seducer. So the question is, which one did this one not say?
The Dremora is the real Millie Reynard.
Everyone but them. None of them are accusing the gold one.
You're looking for the real Millie Reynard?
I'm gonna say this one.
I should hang you from a clothesline with the other wet rags. Is there nowhere in Nern that isn't free from little do-gooder snitches like you?
Sorry.
All right, Sheridak, you finally win. I'll come quietly.
We did it.
Really? You will?
I knew you'd fall for that.
No. Just when Sheridak had her in his clutches, she slips away. Torment, madness. This one may never recover. Which way did she go?
Oh no. Poor Khajiit. I was just trying to help. I'm glad I clicked on him multiple times though, because I was like, wait a second. That one didn't say the same thing. Okay. I know, we have more important things to be doing, like stopping the flares and also maybe lighting some fires and stuff, but it's fine. Nothing progressed until we interact with it, right? That's how it works, really, right?
I hope the villagers see our warning in time.
I hope so, too. Okay, actually, let's go out on the road and back out around here. Let's go light the last pyre. And then, honestly, we might actually probably find that as if that seems like a good stopping point. Obviously, we're not, like, finishing, like, anything tonight because we're just kind of exploring and making progress as we go. We've unlocked a couple way shrines. We've discovered some new areas. We did a little questing. We've done a little bit of everything. We did some dailies. We did some wall stuff. Like, we've done a little bit of all the things tonight. Which is usually about how it goes, I feel like. In a normal time of ESO is the, like, well, I did a lot of stuff. I guess this is also kind of just my existence. I did a lot of things, but I didn't necessarily finish anything. Which is just the ADHD experience now, isn't it? We did so many things and finished none of them. Okay, now we're going to the actual town. I'm talking to them. Okay, I was like, who?
You will speak with me. Now.
Okay.
You still stand because I witnessed your colorful companion tend to Heek Zisha's wounds and help light the signal pyres. For that, I allow you breath enough to explain your presence during this attack on Zorhist.
Her name is how'd they say it? Mani Kai. She wishes to speak with your village's elder.
I am well acquainted with this swamp dweller. This is not her first attempt to meet with Stone Shaper Toshka. And I believe he made himself quite clear when he told her not to return. Has she asked you to face my wrath in her stead?
We only just met. She asked only for my help lighting the pyres.
So you readily admit you were manipulated? How easily a little stone bends to the whims of wind and rain. You've wasted enough of my time. As the village's death dancer, it is my duty to strike you down. Ready yourself.
We were just trying to help. And I understand if you have beef with the other Argonian, that's up to you. But like, we just lit your signal fires to like help your village here. How many lives did we save when we lit those pyres? Please. We just wish to talk.
It was a good deed, outsider. One worthy of being carved in stone. So be it. My name is Zika Ilan, and I am the Death Dancer, the guardian of this village. You may proceed into Zorhist. Stone Shaper Toshka will indeed be grateful.
Okay.
The Stone Shaper waits at the center of our village. Come.
Alright. I think I'm going to make myself pause there. Because going into the village is probably going to have us run into something else of different things. And all the stuff. Okay, I actually did my daily endeavors. I did my daily writs. We've made good progress on... This is also why I've been kind of harvesting stuff. Like, we'll see which one of these, if I loot 8 treasure chests or harvest 50 things first. Is why I've been, like, looting stuff along our way. But... I don't know. I hope y'all are enjoying Eastern Solstice. Because this is fun. We have not had any bugs other than the event quest. It sounds like some other people are having some bugs. So hopefully those things will get sorted out soon. For stuff and things and whatnot. But we will continue. We didn't finish the second quest. I feel like we made some progress on the second main story quest, but we did not finish it. But that's okay. Because we had fun along the way. At least I hope you did. I know I had fun along the way. I hope you enjoyed the journey with me. Let us see who is live in the Twitchiverse. And I'm going to push this button here so you can have all the socials and all the things. I will give a reminder here. I am not streaming on Thursday like I normally do because I'm going to go see Wicked for Good. If you want to watch Wicked, like the first part Wicked, with us tomorrow in Discord, that we're going to do a Wicked Wednesday. And we're going to watch Wicked. So if you want to join for that, that will be in Discord. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. I will be back on stream most likely on Saturday. I don't think I will be live before then because obviously tomorrow we're watching Wicked. Thursday is Wicked for Good. And I might go see Wicked for Good a second time already on Friday. We'll kind of see what the vibes are. I might go see it again. If not, the plan is probably just some Discord hangs. No, I'm not opposed to doing a bonus. We'll see. We'll see what the vibes are on Friday. May do the craziest double feature this weekend. Running Man and Wicked. I don't know if I know what Running Man is. What's Running Man? What is Running Man? Let me see. Who is
Live in the Twitchiverse of stuff and things and stuff and things. Okay. Your favorite double feature you've done is Paddington 2 and Shutter Island. Oh my gosh. Don't even know how to explain it. Okay, you did Black Christmas and Cats together? Oh no. Okay, well, that's a choice of stuff and things. Oh, okay. Never mind. I was like, well, maybe we should, like, D-Tune's still live. We should raid D-Tune. But D-Tune is actually playing Outer Wilds. And I am actually still trying to avoid spoilers for Outer Wilds. So we're not going to do that. Wait, I noticed a goober who's live, who's not live very often anymore because they focus on YouTube things. Y'all, Random's live. We have to go raid Random. We have to go raid Random. We have to do the thing. Also, I don't know if Random knows I changed my username, but we have to raid Random. Random Bystander here is a wonderful goober. If you do not follow him, do a thing. Especially check out Random's YouTube. If you're at all interested, especially in Nintendo stuff, that Random focuses on Nintendo Switch content and things like that, and games on the Switch and the Switch 2. So I know most of my updates and keeping up with Switch 2 stuff comes from watching Random's really great videos. So definitely check it out. I will be back on stream on Saturday for sure, and in Discord in between. We'll be playing some Resident Evil 4. So we'll get back into spooky things. We left off, we just finished chapter 6, so we are right at the start of chapter 7. So, I will push a fish button and a roll button. A 1? Are you kidding me? We're ending on a 1. Apparently, it's fine. It's fine. We're going to swap over here, and we're going to heal by staring at the cute penguin. Thank you all for chilling. I'll see you all real soon. Ooh, I got Garrus. That's okay. Okay. Goodbye. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.